then it becomes a serious problem in the future. And when people say कि मुझे पता नहीं कैसे कैंसर हो गया, मैं तो ये नहीं खाता, मैं तो I don't drink, smoke or do anything bad. Yeah, we did many mistakes, lots of mistakes. Starting with hiring. Now it works as a decision-making tool, tracking tool for farmers to help manage and decide what to do on their farm. Startups will mainly be using AI to streamline their own, processes, internal things, technologies, product discovery, all all kinds of things on a company level, not at a farmer level. It becomes like a Chinese whisper that I'm telling you, okay, ये करना, ये करना, ये करना, and they do this. वो बीच में they will lose maybe a couple of steps or one step, and then it will backfire in some way. One of the good things which I take a lot of pride on is West Bengal as a company. We were one of the first companies or startups is a better word to promote organic farming. It was a shocker when I did a complete 1.5 years of field research, spoke to at least 2,000 farmers.
What does it really take to transform an age-old industry with modern thinking? Can technology and sustainability redefine the future of farming? Hello everyone and welcome back to Stories with Nabanita. I am Nabanita, your host on this channel wherein I do uncover chapters of people's life. I do post interviews of founders, industry leaders and authors. If you are new to my channel, then do consider subscribing as I do post interviews of people who dare to do something and bring a change in people's life. And if you're already a part of my YouTube family, then thank you so very much for your love and support, as it motivates me a lot to come up with new videos, new stories, new inspiration every week. Agriculture is the backbone of our country, yet it faces countless challenges round the year. As agriculture evolves, innovation is becoming as important as tradition. From empowering farmers with technology to promoting sustainable farming practices, today's guest is working to create smarter and greener future for Indian agriculture. Our today's guest is none other than Mr. Anup Ganguly, the founder of Farmology, who is set to solve these challenges with not just products but with innovation and purpose. So, without any further ado, let me take you inside my studio where Mr. Anup is waiting for us. Hello, Anup. Welcome to Stories with Nabanita. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation to be a guest on my show. How are you doing today?
Hello, Namarita. Thank you so much for inviting me on your podcast. I am very good, and it's an honor to actually come and speak about ourselves, business, which is kind of rare considering how busy things get on day-to-day life.
Great. So I am really excited to ask and to know about your brand Farmology. It's very something which is pretty new, and I myself was not aware of something like this. So it's being like you are building it for last quite years, and you are trying to help the farmers like in West Bengal and around areas. So, Farmology is the brand that you are building now, and you are helping these farmers with the things they are struggling with. Right. We'll definitely talk about that, and I'll definitely uncover the chapters of your life, like why you came into this, how it all started, etc. So, let's start with the discussion.
Sure, please.
Yeah. So, before starting with Farmology, there, was there any moment when you realized that I should dive into entrepreneurship and this is the one that I want to do?
Uh, yeah, definitely. So one of the reasons, so background-wise, I come from an engineering, then an MBA education-wise. And part reason of pursuing MBA was to someday, get into entrepreneurship or do something in the business world rather than going completely technical. And that kind of put me in a path where I wanted to learn more first about how something works, businesses operate um, after MBA. And after about 4 years of working in the, both corporate and the startup segments, I wanted to then get into this. One of the major influencers was my father. He comes from a first generation entrepreneurship background, started something from scratch, and we kind of saw him while growing up, saw him, working hard to build something. And that kind of pushed me to, get into this and in the same industry. And when I actually got into this, right in the beginning, I understood that it's not just a business, it's a purpose driven business. That kind of fueled me to, pursue this further with, because typically what happens, you do a business in order to earn a livelihood, make more money, and, but that's kind of a little materialistic if you ask me, if it's not actually uh, giving you any kind of self-actualization that whatever you are doing means something. So farming, agriculture in itself, it's kind of feeding the nation and directly, indirectly in all kinds of ways. And those who are actually doing it are not getting what they deserve. So we thought that whatever we do will be a part on making their lives easier in some way, if not in a massive scale to begin with. So that kind of that combination and the business potential both came together to give us that purpose to pursue this. And it has been what, 7 years now.
Amazing. So, as you said that you wanted to help the farmers, that it is more of purpose driven business. So, if
Right.
we talk about the purpose, like how the initial days, like as you said, it's like more than 7 years you're into this now, and the initial. Let's talk about the initial days when you started with Farmology. Before that, you were doing something else, but when you moved into Farmology, how were the initial days like? It was like it was not a easy.
So first, definitely not easy. So it was a shocker when I did a complete 1.5 years of field research. Spoke to at least 2,000 farmers, all the people who are in the industry. So just to give you a short background, we come into the pre-harvest stage of farming, where farmers are growing a particular crop right from sowing until harvest. That is the core area we work in. And in that area, we found there were massive gray zones and limited options for farmers, and they were struggling year after year. Costs were going high, so it was a big shocker when we understood. Oh my God, that we were looking at this, but it goes about 20 feet deep, deeper than much deeper than
Tip
that.
of the iceberg.
Tip of the iceberg. And I was more surprised because when I spoke to some fellow entrepreneurs or businesses, small businesses who were in the same industry, they were simply not bothered. हाँ ऐसा ही होता है, and this is how it is. क्यों होता है, किस लिए होता है, why does it happen, what is the reason, what can be done? No one was
No one.
actually bothered to answer or even look for those answers. So we actually did the research was mainly to get to the bottom of where it begins and where can we actually position ourselves, because in India, with the population we have, it is a lot of competition wherever you put your foot in. Right? You can't really say कि, okay, I have found something where मैं घुसूंगा and it will just give me the whole market.
मोनोपोली तो नहीं होगा.
हाँ, monopoly मतलब there is no nothing left where you can say that I am the only one.
Yes.
So that advantage may be there in developed countries or in completely underdeveloped countries where there is nothing, or there is a a limited population where people are happy with what they have and don't really want anything, not looking for anything new. So, but India, it's as they say, peace in chaos, something like that is going on. So, initial days were pretty hard because we were building something which did not exist. In terms of the products which we have, those were the first line of in the solution which we targeted, and whatever things, products which we in the first couple of years which we launched did not exist before. One of the good things which I take a lot of pride on is West Bengal as a company. We were one of the first companies or startups is a better word to promote organic farming and promote the use of organic products. So before that, this is again on ground level information. People might dispute saying that no, there are many other companies who came and did that, but those things are which make the headlines on a newspaper, not the actual market, right? So because I can claim this because we have seen the market, we have worked in the market, and we did not see any other company actually promoting anything like that. People were literally just doing business. So we came, we introduced and launched a few products. We taught the farmers how to use it, lots of training. Then we taught the middlemen, who the resellers, dealers, distributors, how to promote and sell them to the farmers. And that took a lot of time because when you're starting from scratch with a new product line, with a new team, new completely, I did not know anyone in the farming, in terms of the stakeholders and the farmers directly that, that पहले से टच है जाके समझाएंगे तो कुछ तो हो जाएगा. We started from absolute zero. So that was the first 2 years, which took a lot of hard work. I was on the field maybe about almost half the month, every month. So now I understand a lot of things without actually going to the field, just talking to a farmer on calls or maybe someone on the field. I can decipher those things about what they are talking about without actually going there. So yeah, so the first 2 years were very, back breaking because the first time as a startup, when you introduce something new, people reject it, almost immediately. There might be one or two out of 10 people who might even, check it out. कि, अच्छा दिखाओ क्या है. Apart from that, people are like, नहीं चलेगा. देखेंगे भी नहीं. They will not even look at what you are offering. So that is where we took a lot of time to build that credibility, show results. Then after 2 seasons, 3, 4 seasons, when the first customers who saw results, कि हाँ, we got a good harvest, we got a much better price, and overall the tangible outcomes. That is when people started asking, कि, okay, what is this company? We would like to. They were looking for the products because we were also, bootstrapping the first few years, and that gave us a lot of tough times because adoption was pretty slow.
So, listening to you was very inspiring because starting something, like I just said, I stayed for half of the month in the field. So, and it is back-breaking. So, during that phase, first 2 years or initial few years, wherein you were just trying to show results and build that trust among the would-be customers of yours. During that phase, any mistake that you've made, and how did you like rectify that?
Yeah, we did many mistakes, lots of mistakes. We're starting with hiring. Because again, going back to the startup scenario and a company with products which no one knows about, when you're hiring salespeople, because It's out and out and a field role where you actually need people to sell, where if you want to run the business, you need sales. So hiring salespeople, people with wrong ideas, wrong agendas. So we hired about 10 people. They stayed for maybe a month or two, did not do anything. So that was one of the first mistakes we made in terms of choosing the right people to join us. Because not everyone understands. That was the first, which over the years have we have learned a lot. We are not we are keeping our step very carefully about who joins us, who understands what we are doing. Then the second one was again building the distribution network. Similar people, but on the other side of the table. They would like to take advantage of what you have and then leave you in the middle.
So it is pretty common and it happens. Even partners do this. So why not
Yes.
distribute as
Yeah,
well?
yeah, exactly. Then in terms of communication, so when you're talking marketing, when you are actually uh, telling people or partners or customers about how the product functions from a purely business point of view and a training point of view, people who may not have understood delivering a wrong message. We got into trouble a couple of times because of that, because the how to use it and how to apply it ये ठीक से communicate नहीं किया गया था तो people a few farmers did not see results and the farming community is a little skeptical about anything they try and शुरुआत में you'll have to give them free samples like the pharmacy industry you know so that's why those were the few mistakes which taught us a lot in the beginning and the hiring and HR human resources part so we are still learning. What we have learned so far is what not to do rather than what to do. We have understood to eliminate the negatives and apart from that we have bolstered the marketing part. Then in terms of choosing the right partners, then different pathways. So and above all, the biggest mistake, which I think, going back to where we started, was jumping into the open market. Because if you look at startups in our space, they don't jump into the open market. Those who have made it, decently big or scaled it, they don't jump into the open markets. They go to smaller clusters and their ideal customer profile, as we call it. They go to them first, who are more likely to adopt their solution or give it a try and be very reasonable about it. हम लोग क्या है first day we went and jumped into the open market which is full of competition, multinationals, nationals, under the radar companies selling whatever whatnot we don't know, and building a credibility there was the hardest task, toughest thing, which could have we could have
Because there are
avoided.
a lot of options.
Yes. So open market is like a red ocean, as we call it in business. There are sharks roaming, and you're jumping in the middle. So that is one mistake I regret doing. But back in the day, in 2018, 19, agri was not really a sector. So regret is there, but not as much because we did not know any better. Now, though, it has evolved a lot. There are multiple programs, there are multiple channels you can reach out to if you want to start something, or uh, you know. But at that point of time, there was nothing. So, yeah, both regret and you always feel, I could have done this better whenever you have done
Yeah, that is
anything.
correct.
So, this is always there. That feeling, I could have worked harder. Hmm. So that those things always come back to haunt you a bit, saying ki, which I usually talk to myself when I have a good idea now, then I think कि मैंने पहले क्यों नहीं सोचा. So that that is something which will always stay, especially with entrepreneurs or founders. I've heard them heard this line from other fellow founders as well. Uh, when you crack issue which is stagnant for some time, and you finally do it, and then you think, yeah, पहले सोच लेता तो we could have saved so much trouble. But it's a learning curve. Jo, can't learn it without actually doing it on the practically on your business. So I make my peace with that without cribbing too much about it.
Yeah, so taking the learning and leaving the thing that is gone. Because the
Right,
days cannot come back. So we can only
right,
cherish the things that we learned. Not
right,
we
right,
can just say कि अरे मेरा time चला गया तो वो time नहीं जाता तो शायद that was the way we have to learn it. वही
right.
तरीका था maybe. You have initially wore multiple hats, like everything you were doing yourself. So, which role has been the most challenging one, be it sales, HR, operations, or what is it that you find the most challenging task?
So I come from a sales and marketing background. So HR, I told you, hiring was one of the major things which we faced an issue with. When you start, you don't have a lot of departments. We might have an admin. We had an admin. We had a sales team, and the rest of it, and accounts, छोटा सा accounts team. And the rest of it was not really a concern because we were not that big. Now, when I look back, when you start doing a lot of things together without having either an in-house team or an outsourcing partner where you can allocate responsibilities. If you come back, you have to do everything yourself, but then supervision is what matters. But if it's all you, let's say you're handling 2 3 departments on your own, execution becomes a problem. So that is where our major problem was, because coming from a sales background, I have a lot of tactics which I've learned throughout my career. But in order to, I can't do that every day going on the field, right? You have to make your team do that.
Mm.
And even the bigger companies right now struggle with the same issue. You tell something कि you ऐसे करना है, you have to say this, you have to go and sell like this. This is a step by step process. They will mess up. They will not do 100% of what you're telling them, or may not be able to do. It becomes like a Chinese whisper that I'm telling you, okay, ये करना, ये करना, and they do this. वो बीच में they will lose maybe a couple of steps or one step, and then it will backfire in some way. So execution, as an operator, that is what matters the most. No matter how much knowledge you have in sales, marketing, ye wo, juggling that effectively is the most serious task. And prioritizing things and closing things on time. These are the things which kind of drain your energy a lot. So yes, definitely wore a lot of hats. Plan the sales thing throughout the quarter, the season, the year, how the marketing will happen, what kind of inventory should we have, what kind of hiring should we do. So those things, step by step, now you understand how to, articulate and prioritize things. And now we have multiple departments. I won't say that we have everything, but it definitely is a journey which grows better with scale and with new partnerships, etc., etc. And that is how you keep learning. It's a lifelong learning experience. Even the best businessmen I have seen may make mistakes some way or the other. So, but I would say some learning in terms of wearing a lot of hats is not really. It sounds very cool. Okay, मैं ही सब देख रहा हूँ. It's not. It's in reality, it is not. It is a very bad badge to proudly show कि अच्छा मैं ही देखता हूँ सब.
Don't have any other option apart from doing that. So you know,
Back in that time, it was not an option.
काफी
There
जरूरी
are
है
so many, now there are so many, mentors out there. You don't really need to, actually think of a lot of things which are already there. अगर आप पूछोगे, help मांगोगे, तो आपको मिल जाएगी. रेडीमेड सॉल्यूशंस देने वाले लोग भी मिल जाएंगे एंड वो सॉल्यूशन बना के देने वाले भी लोग मिल जाएंगे. So you just have to execute. So execution becomes a primary thing to focus on rather than actually building a plan, then building a solution. Then those steps are available with AI. It has become easier actually. So yeah, so I'm not very proud of wearing those hats.
तो बैक देन उस टाइम पे एआई था भी नहीं सो था लेकिन
Exactly.
इतना यूटिलिटी इसका था भी नहीं एआई तो कर ही रहे थे
Right.
लाइक एज आई वाज देयर इन कंटेंट राइटिंग बैक देन बिफोर कोविड केम सो
Right.
माय टीम यूज्ड टू यूज मल्टीपल एआई टूल्स बैक देन बट उस टाइम पे हमें ये रियलाइजेशन नहीं था कि यही एआई है we knew some
Mm-hmm.
tools to be used but not
Right.
that ai but when we see now
Right.
okay so ये सारे tools भी ai tools ही तो थे जो हम
Mm-hmm.
पहले से ऑलरेडी यूज कर रहे थे सो AI,
Correct.
like I have interviewed quite a few entrepreneurs working with AI or having AI
Mm-hmm.
as a main service in their products, as their products or service. So they only said that AI तो पहले से था ही, but now after
Mm-hmm.
GPT has came, people have came to know अच्छा ये tools है तो कुछ भी आप कर रहे हो, everything has an AI
They
tool.
have literally, kind of disrupted Google search.
हाँ, that's right.
Uh,
That's evolved. Like people
yeah,
भी पूरा AI search ही बिगड़ चुका है. So now what
exactly.
people read is the AI overview. Getting to that वहीं से ideation हो जाता है. So
Right, right.
hardly AI is मतलब Google का rank का matter शायद in coming years नहीं करेगा. या फिर शायद अभी से नहीं कर
Definitely.
रहा होगा. Anyway,
No, a
so
lot of people are not really using
hmm,
Google to search anymore because
true,
uh,
true.
no one is asking or looking for a generic information,
That's
which
correct.
uh, which was Google doing.
हाँ.
So yeah,
और अभी
you're
वो
right about that.
आंसर इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन हो गया जनरेटिव एआई ऑप्टिमाइजेशन हो गया तो ये सारी चीजें भी एईओ जीईओ अभी ये सारी चीजें आ गई है लाइक पीपल
Right,
आस्क क्वेश्चन एंड दे आर लुकिंग फॉर आंसर्स सो
right, right,
कंपनी के लिए ब्रांड्स के लिए उन आंसर्स में रैंक करना उन क्वेश्चंस के लिए रैंक करना ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट हो गया है rather than ranking
right,
on
right.
so when we
Absolutely.
talk about farmology लोगों को अभी दिख रहा है डेस्टिनेशन आप जहाँ पे आज खड़े हो in
Hmm.
2026 but if we talk about 2018 ये जो जर्नी रही है आप कौन सा ऐसा what would be the thing that you would like people to know about which people hardly know
That agriculture actually matters more than people know or want to accept it. So it should be given the due respect which it deserves because that is what feeds the population, agriculture as a sector. And VC should know from an investment perspective, VC should know that this is something which will actually become the most important sector in the coming year, considering how the world population is growing,
that
at the pace at which it is growing,
the population
and so food security, availability, those things. मतलब, it's again comes back to the fact that अभी नहीं हो रहा है तो it's not our problem.
hmm.
But going ahead, it will definitely, it's compounding. If it's not giving you a trouble now, it will later if it's not attended to right now. So
Hmm.
that is where it becomes a very important sector to actually work in, both from multiple angles. Sustainability is the new, buzzword, especially in food and energy. It matters more in food because that is what runs you. And you eat the same food, your children eat the same food. If that is not sustainable and without any harmful, chemicals in it, uh,
Hmm.
uh, then it becomes a serious problem in the future. And then people say कि मुझे पता नहीं कैसे कैंसर हो गया, मैं तो ये नहीं खाता, मैं तो I don't drink, smoke or do anything bad to my body. These are the reasons. So people should know a little more about agriculture. It might not be super exciting and glamorous to look at. It's a non-glamorous sector. Very, honest opinion. Before I entered, I also was not actually thinking about agriculture. You know, but when you actually go to the fields, you understand what is the actual difference, and that feeling which you get in the city compared to the feeling when you are actually roaming around in a farm. That happens when you cross that age barrier of 32, 33. Then you start understanding, okay, look at this and look at that. That might look glamorous, but it is tiring, draining. This might not look glamorous, but ultimately everyone is craving for peace now. You know, peace and clean air and clean water and those kind of things. So a village life is a much healthier life right now compared to city life. So people should know, the entire startup community should know about the importance of this sector. Uh, and how it impacts the not just the startup but the entire country or the area wherever it is functional and operating. And yeah, that's one of the major things I would like people to know about agriculture or agri-tech as a segment. About farmology, I would like people to know that we were one of the first, keeping the big funded names apart. We were amongst the first who are still, surviving, because there have been multiple, news of multiple startups which raise funds and still couldn't survive very long. So that part, that idea which we are focusing on, the solution which we have built, it survived because it has some meaning, some merit, some value, and that is I would like to communicate that, and people to remember. And we are coming up with a lot more stuff in the future, which will actually make it glamorous. But that will also take its sweet time, because uh, you know before time, कुछ करके फिर वो जब time आता है तभी it actually fructifies. Before time, you are like, okay, they were ahead of their time and all that. So that is what I would like people to remember about us.
So as you talked about कि Farmology का future में there are like pretty quite a few things are coming up which might make or which will make Farmology glamorous. And
Right,
जो भी past में आप लोगों ने किया है, standing today, the Farmology brand itself has evolved a lot. So, can
right.
you take the viewers through a tour of what your brand actually do? Like, this is the right time, I believe, to let the viewers know about it. Like, when we talk about Farmology, what is the solution or what kind of service is it providing to the farmers?
Like you to imagine a farmer in the near future who is progressive. Uh, I'm not saying very educated, but let's say at least school educated, understands the use of a smartphone. And what he's doing in his smartphone is, so we have an app, it's a farmer app which helps in agronomy, agri inputs, and all sorts of things which are there in agriculture. And just like an urban consumer, he's standing in the middle, or at the edge of his farm where he grows maybe two or three kinds of crops. He regularly uses technology to see how the weather is performing today and the next 4 5 days. Then, according to that, he decides what to grow, what not to grow. He checks on the market prices about what can be the best outcome in terms of the profits I can generate from, let's say, a 1 acre patch of land. Then at what point should I apply a particular product in terms of the crop nutrition or crop protection? What stage my crop is at? He can also check from the satellite how the farm is performing, if there is an impending risk because of the climate or a sudden outbreak of a disease which happens every now and then. What can he do to mitigate that risk? And finally, predicting exactly what he looking at in terms of the production volume. So, flywheel, which actually integrates technology in a way which helps the farmer uh, take a better decision in decision making in every stage of the crop life cycle, and providing those sustainable organic farm inputs in terms of the fertilizers, in terms of crop nutrition, in terms of protection from any pests and diseases. All those three uh, is ready for him to at the right time, at the right stage. So that is what we actually do. That is what Farmology is all about. Embedding both, on one hand, patented proprietary organic solutions, which can be used on the field, applied on the farm, and the technology to help and support the farmer to make the right decisions, fight this climate change in a way which minimizes his losses and maximizes his productivity, which finally the outcome of that is more income, much better profits compared to what he used to get going the traditional way. So ours is a modern solution, which is a combination of both products and technology at the hand of the farmer.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. They are getting it in the form of an app, like they have to have a smartphone for this and install an app. Is it like that?
Yeah, so the app actually is a way of getting into the hands of the farmer. That is where the idea actually, the inception of the idea to build an app for farmers was not to sell through the app, to be honest. It was mainly getting in a direct contact with the farmer, which was not possible before. You had to go through certain channels. The distribution network used to control, still does a lot of it. But through the app, you can actually communicate with farmers in a much easier way, on a day-to-day basis, daily basis, through notifications and customized solution. We are a call away. We call the farmers. Farmers call us. So that makes it easier, ease of access, which was not there before. So kind of, if even if a little bit, let's say if the gray area was 100%, we have been able to cut it down by at least 40% with the help of what we have built so far. App made a the app is a major contributor there, because that is how you can stay in touch with your um loyal customers. So that gives us a lot of confidence to keep the app alive. Because if you look at the history of all the agri-tech startups which had to wind up, uh, app did not really play a very strong role in terms of boosting sales through it, right? So we also are not targeting that. But in the future, when the market and the farmers are ready to adopt something like this, we will be there. So right now, it works as a decision-making tool, tracking tool for farmers to help manage and decide what to do on their farm on a day-to-day basis.
Right. So, as you talked about technology, let's talk about AI. Right.
Yeah.
Everyone is talking about the emergence of like or inclusion of AI into agriculture. So, if we keep the hype aside, what is the reality? Like, what do you have to say about it?
Uh, if you ask about the startup community in the agri-tech segment focusing on AI, I don't think a lot of people have any idea कि करना क्या है. वो AI चल रहा है. People are using it as a marketing gimmick to in some way sell more, or maybe get some eyeballs. But in from our perspective, what AI will do is make technology access easier for farmers. So I'll give you an example. Suppose the app which we had, we built the version 2. It was a very decent app. easy to understand, easy to access. But still, you have to, tap 3, 4 times in order to access a feature. And a farmer, and forget a farmer, a user do not have that much patience these days कि वो ऐसे ना 5 टैप करके log in, register, then choose this, that, especially with something which is very new and they don't know about. It is a very tedious thing to make them do that. What AI has done for us is in the app, making it easier for farmers to just talk and get the solution, navigate to the feature, or open up a certain page which actually is answering their question with the solution then and there. So from our perspective, this is where AI will make farmers' life easier to understand technology or the access to technology. Uh, Again, from a very, very on ground farmer level uh, point of view, this is what we see as a company where AI can make a huge impact. Uh, Apart from that, on the back end, where we are developing new products and solutions, which that AI has really helped us in terms of the speed, in terms of speed of building something, speed of um powering a certain feature which we have in the app. So that is in the back end, which मतलब उसका outcome farmers will see, but not directly. What the farmers will be benefited is we have included a farm bot kind of a bot, which is a AI powered bot, which helps farmers easily navigate through the app without really, um, doing it manually. Right now, and it also answers generic questions which a farmer may not need, farmology in general to get the answers for. Uh, but apart from that, use cases are very limited. People are trying new things every now and then. But in the pre-harvest stage, based on what we are doing, startups will mainly be using AI to streamline their own, processes, internal things, technologies, product discovery, all all kinds of things on a company level, not at a farmer level. Now, if you go a little inside that farmer segment, there are multiple segments of farmers. So we have a tool which actually monitors crop health in a feature, both in the app and in the form of a web app. So tea plantations can, we have built something specifically for tea plantations. These are tea estates I'm talking about, which have a tough time optimizing and managing the garden because of the kind of issues which we have seen in the last 4 or 5 years. So that is specifically made for that particular crop, which was not there before, and we are the first ones to actually develop something like this. AI is used heavily. The web app, if some tea garden estate manager or owner is watching this, they can definitely, connect with us and we can give them a short demo about it because we have also filed a patent for the solution, which can basically give uh, all round report about how the garden is performing, if there is a problem in some part or not. If there is a problem, what is that problem? What is the solution which we can suggest? What kind of optimization can be done? And how they can actually save money from that process, which is a lot of money for commercial tea gardens. So that is one thing where AI has actually, we are ourselves very happy to see how it performs. And we would like to share that uh, with the world of tea plantations, coffee plantations, etc. Whoever actually operates at a massive scale of, let's say, more than 50 hectares or so. Small farmers can use it on the app, and it's relatively smaller. Small and marginal farmers may not find use in it because of the size. But let's say anything more than 10 acres or so will actually find a lot of utility because labor shortage is there. Then there is no flexibility whenever you provide any task. कि ये करके दो. And ideal ideally जैसा होना चाहिए doesn't happen. So with a tool like this, with a feature like this, it makes their life easier. Yeah,
Okay. So it was really interesting to know about all this. Like you're helping the farmers at the ground level, like from, as you said, the early stage of sowing till the harvest, pre-harvest stage, right? So it is really inspiring and like satisfying as well at the end of the day with the work that you're doing. Like you pick the cause, like why is it happening? You dig deeper and you find out the solution. So I'm thankful and grateful for you to do something in this field and helping the farmers, the real heroes actually. Because as we
right,
also discussed about the population, where is it going? The farmers has a very big role to play, and if we can pay a bit of like help in making their lives easier, their task easier, their day-to-day job easier. So why not? So thank you
right.
so much, Anup, for doing this. So one thing that is popping in my mind right now, standing today in 2026, you are like into this business for almost 8+ years. Now, if we go back in 2018 and you were 8 years younger, Anup Ganguly, right? What would be that one piece of advice that you would like to give to that Anup?
Mm, the piece of advice which I would like to give is to take it easy because that is something which, when you start something, there is a constant stress which you know is like at the back of your head, and thinking about things not working out or stressing about it, constantly stressing about it. And you think that, okay, I tried this, I tried that, ये भी नहीं काम कर रहा, वो भी नहीं काम कर रहा, not getting the results I thought I will get. So that stress is not really worth it. Although that version of me 8 years ago won't listen, because uh, you know I am at that point of time, remember very clearly, vividly, that I was very convinced that whatever I'm feeling, this is the right feeling. But now that I have grown by 8 years, now that I think is it's not worth taking that much stress on your head, because it will not give you anything. It will only burn your blood and you know burn you out, because stress leads to anger, anger leads to frustration, and then the outcome is nothing. So it's not advisable to stress so much. You keep hustling, you keep doing what you can, and then there are things which are better left to God to decide. वो छोड़ देना पड़ता है. You can't really say say कि मैंने ऐसा सोचा ऐसा ही होगा, नहीं हुआ तो then something is wrong. So तो नहीं
वो
नहीं
देखा
हुआ तो
जाएगा,
देखा जाएगा,
मिल
बोलना.
जाता है at that time we cannot let
हाँ
things go.
हाँ
ऐसा हो जाता है.
हाँ, you can't let go, and that is something. मतलब, if the me of today go there and tell this to a younger self, it will be rejected, because you have so much testosterone that you're like, नहीं नहीं नहीं, जो मैं सोच रहा हूँ वही ठीक है. You They won't listen. So ad- advice is good, but I don't think I will take myself if I'm
Yes,
uh, 29, 30 years old.
Yeah, that's true. So I really enjoyed talking to you, and I came to know a lot of things which it was not at all I was aware of, and I knew about any of them. So I am really glad that I connected with you, and we really discussed things that hardly people think about. No तो छोड़ ही देते हैं.
Yeah,
इतना
yeah,
सोचते भी नहीं है. We get food on the
exactly,
plate and we are okay. We are going to the market, we are buying vegetables and things, we are okay. We are getting crops, we are okay. So we don't think
exactly.
about what challenges are the people facing who are bringing those things to our plate. Right. So
So
at the
there
end
is
of the night, one of the
one
reasons why
challenge
we
which I would like to talk about.
Hmm.
I don't think a lot of people know this. I don't think anyone knows this. That the number of farmers, active farmers, and the new generation of farmers. Let's say someone my age, above 35 or something like that, has a family. No one wants to settle down back into their villages, especially if they are educated. Uh, no one wants to join their inheritance in terms of, let's say, father has some 10-acre land. वो वापस आके they will not farm. So the number of farmers in this country is going down at a very fast pace because people have glamorized city life and all that, and people want to come here and live in the city rather than stay in their villages and building there and try something new in their farms. उसको consider ही नहीं करते हैं. So it's a generational thing, problem which has come up after a lot of talking in the field. Even the farmers, 50s in their 60s, they're like, go do a job, একটা চাকরি কর গিয়ে in the city.
Yeah, because they
এখানে
don't get that. वो मिलता ही नहीं ना, they don't get that satisfaction. So
yes.
they are like struggling throughout, like one or
हाँ
two
तो
or three generations of their family. They have struggled only. They're
so
not
the
successful.
fathers are skeptical, na, and they don't want their children to struggle the same way. Now, if someone like us comes and tells them that you don't do this, you do that on the farm, so there is a fear. अच्छा नहीं हुआ तो
That's it.
ये नहीं हुआ तो वो नहीं हुआ तो that is a problem which is a serious problem if you ask me, uh, which should be focused on, incentivize more people to farm. Some new policies will also be good. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to be hopeful and we have to be positive.
Yeah, yeah.
So, thank you so much, Anup, for putting light on these parts and knowing about all this have motivated me a lot and have helped me also might think about like how can we put an impact or may help the farmers in making their lives better. So, on that note, Anup, would you like the viewers to subscribe to my channel and then we'll move towards rapid fire?
I definitely subscribe to Navnita's channel. A lot of good conversations are there, which you can actually learn a lot from and get inspired and motivated to do something yourself as well. So please
Thank you so
subscribe.
much, Anu. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for this kind words. And I also really hope and wish all the success to you as a person in your personal life and whatever dreams and whatever aspirations you have for Farmology, that also I want you to fulfill in this lifetime.
Thank you.
So I
Thank
wish
you.
all the success to you as a person and to your brand Farmology. And on that note, we would move towards the rapid fire. So,
Cool, cool.
one word that would describe Indian farmers.
Skeptical.
One startup founder that you admire.
Kunal Shah.
One leadership quality that every entrepreneur should have.
A cool mind, calm mind.
That hardly comes with so much of responsibility.
Yeah. And a
So
strong
that is
stomach.
something that
Strong
needs
stomach
that
for business.
quality, that skill has to be developed. You have to
Right.
practice keeping yourself cool, keeping yourself calm, seeing the difference when in a same situation when you are not cool and you are dealing with it, and the same situation dealt with a calm mind brings the difference.
Right.
You can decide yourself. Yeah. One book that you think has changed your perspective towards business.
There are more than a few, actually. Uh, the last one I read, almost about to finish, was uh, this book by Phil Knight, Shoe Dog. Uh, then there is the hard thing about hard things. Uh, then there is one about personalities, by Dale Carnegie. Uh, yeah, these three are coming to the top of my mind, but there are many. During MBA, after that, whenever I used to get time, I used to read a lot of business related stories. So that the list is pretty, well, at least 10 books are there, which I like a lot.
Okay. Alright. So as a rapid fire, you can't take that much time to think about all those 10 books and let me know. Alright, I'll take the
Yeah.
top three of yours. Success or impact, what matters to you the most?
Mm, impact weighs a little bit more than success, because success usually is followed, follows impact. So if you see impactful companies, maybe who are not for profit or something like that, but they've scaled a lot, and then financial success, material success follows when you are doing something good. And a few years ago, I would have said the opposite, because hmm, it happens now. You see that 6 साल से कर रहे हैं, we have shown significant impact, but we have not been there yet. Still, I won't say that we are already there. The journey continues, and it's as they say in the startup or the community overall, that survival uh, is what matters over anything, because if you're actually truly building a business which can sustain a lifetime, then it takes its sweet time. It's not like a small flash.
So one habit that you cannot compromise.
Mm, Fitness is something which I can't really live without. So that has not been compromised for about 18, 20
Will
years.
not be. I'm giving you one sentence. You just complete that for me. Okay. The future of Indian farming belongs to.
Uh, Agri startups working on their niche in different regions of the country, because it is a huge country with multiple agroclimatic zone and uh, different cultures. So every cluster or every region will have its own brand, uh, the- and this will belong to innovative agri startups.
So thank you so much, Anup, for giving time and taking out time from your busy schedule and sharing this kind of quality information with us, with me, with viewers. And as I said, that I really wish Farmology to grow from here to here and to reach and to touch and
Thank you
move
so
out
much.
of India as well in the coming years and helping countries outside India in the farming field. And I wish you all the best for all your
Thank
future
you.
endeavors in your personal
Thank you
life.
so much.
Thank you so much for your time, Mano. Okay,
Wish you the same.
thank you. Thank you so much.